his name. Heard him say, are you shitting me? Lord, and I feel just the same. He speaks his mind about that asinine asshole in our house. Yeah, John Beautiful, he likes to call it out. Yes, he does. Well, there's a blue dot down in Texas, that Texas Avenue. There's a blue dot family in the USA. And all over this world. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
We are indeed a Blue Dot family, baby, and I'm glad you're here, baby. It's Sunday. We get to start a whole freaking new week. Ain't no telling what kind of adventures lie ahead of us. But it's Sunday, baby, and I'm glad you're here. And I want to thank Joy Peters was the first one to jump in there, followed by Mega Wet Willie. Sherry P., thank you for being here. Susan Murgia, thank you. Stephanie Dean and her man Jay Clayton is hanging around there with her, so we appreciate that. Showtime Twiz is here. Dorothy Tyndall, Randy Curvin, Rantin' Randy is here. Martha Olivera, Jess Coggins, and Teresa Diggum, Debbie Max, Sharon Hookah. I'm sorry. It got out of my range there. And Old Bat with Two Cats. Karen Van Wyck is here along with Charles Stokel. I know my friend Buddy Davis is in the room because I saw his name go by. BB's here. The whole family's here. Damn. We're having a reunion, baby. I'm glad everyone's here. Anyway, gotta catch up since last Friday. I'll tell you right to bat, I was not happy with my rant on Friday. I was ill prepared and just didn't perform like I wished I would have. But I'm fixing to fucking make up for it.
Uh-oh, should I batten down the hatches?
Are you shitting me? Well, it's the first time we fought on the air. Hell, it's old news now. He commuted Roger Stone's sentence there. Roger Stone ain't going to spend a freaking day in jail for his 7 convictions. Ain't going to do it. Why? Because we have the most corrupt president in history. In the word history. The biggest one ever, Donnie. The biggest corrupt asshole, and he does it with a finger in your face. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? He's a dictator from the word go. He's going to do everything he can to try to make that a second-term shit. 7 counts. Lying to Congress, witness tampering. About an investigation into a corrupt president. Hell, Robert Mueller even came out with an op-ed. He's a convicted felon. Duly so. Convicted. This is bullshit. I remind you, and I don't have to read this because now I've embedded this sentence in my hand. If we had confidence the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so. Yes, he committed a crime then. He's committing crimes now. He's been committing crimes ever since the freaking day he walked in our house. Pelosi said it's a staggering display of corruption. No shit! Staggering display? Hell, I thought that was in Helsinki. I thought it was his damn inauguration speech. It's been every freaking day since he's been there. This is just, it makes it difficult to get outraged after every day of being outraged. Stone was the link. Stone is the go-between guy, the guy that wouldn't roll over on the president. That's how come he got his commuted sentence. He told you, I didn't roll over. I didn't tell the truth about how the corruption between Russia and the Trump campaign. That's what this is about. He lied about that. And Republicans are cheering for him? Are you shitting me? Mitt Romney came out. Mitt Romney says, unprecedented historical corruption. Thanks a lot, Mitt. Pat Toomey from Pennsylvania came out. Oh, it's a mistake. I'm sure Susan Collins is out there saying, oh, he's going to learn from this. Yeah, he's going to learn. He's learned everything from day one. Don't ask questions. Just do whatever the freak you want. That's what he's learned. And he can get away with it. That's what he's learned. Because we have a Republican Party that doesn't give a shit. That is just as corrupt as he is. And while we're dealing with a pandemic that is out of control, I seen Betsy DeVos this morning on the damn TV talking about how we're going to open up the schools. They asked her, Dana Bash asked her, do you have a plan for that? No, well, we have guidelines when we all. Well, the president said the guidelines are no good. What do you have a plan? No, dance this and all that shit. It's bullshit. It's all politics with this crap. That's why Texas is here. That's why Florida's where it is. That's where Arizona is. California. It's because we have a government that doesn't give a shit. And in my case, and in Florida's case, and in Arizona, we have governors who are all too willing to play up to his ass. Stick their tongue so far up, they're tickling his tonsils. Are you shitting me? Today, they come out and attack Fauci. Talking about how many times Fauci's been wrong. Don't listen to that guy. He doesn't know anything. Listen to Peter Navarro. Yeah, the trade advisor. That's the guy. Listen to him. He knows what. Who's that Redfield guy, the CDC director, who now every time I see him, he looks like he's on drugs? Are you shitting me? Yeah, you're taking sedatives. Have to deal with this shit. No, we ain't heard. We haven't heard any freaking discussion about any Russian payments to the Taliban to kill our soldiers. That discussion isn't happening. There's been a little bit of bill writing in the Senate, but guess what? Mitch McConnell said no. No, it's no surprise Russia is not a good player. That's what Mitch says. Don't worry about it. We know about Russia, and he ain't giving a damn thing about it. This whole Republican Party, I don't know what to say about it anymore. To say they're treasons, that's not enough. They're disgusting traitors. They're low-life, spineless creatures. That they allow a president to get away with crime after crime after crime and not do a damn thing about it. Let him go. We have the chance to take the Senate, baby. We have a chance to make change in this nation. We cannot let this go by, baby. This has to be outrage at the highest degree, because tomorrow is going to be another shit show to detract from today's shit show. Well, he'll do something tomorrow to distract you from the Roger Stone case. Oh, my God, he tweeted out something. You're going to sell Puerto Rico, which was a discussion. And that's coming from the acting Homeland Security chief that he put in there. That he discussed selling Puerto Rico. Are you shitting me? Yes, he's a maniac. Puerto Ricans are Americans. That's the part Donnie doesn't understand. Donnie doesn't understand who is Americans. The only one he thinks are Americans are those ones that are trying to crawl up his ass. Those are the only Americans he thinks are worthy of anything. While the rest of us sit out here and suffer through a pandemic and an economic collapse, Donnie boy is just whistling Dixie up there. And he prefers that tune, baby. He's going to continue to stoke the fires of racism, of hate, of calling Democrats the evil monsters from hell, while he sits there and robs his country blind, commits every crime in the book. Our only hope is that Republicans we see now are starting to jump ship, baby. They're starting to get a little nervous, man. Hey, I didn't know we was going to go full Nazi. Well, guess what? That's where he wants to take you. Put on your brown shirts, Republicans. Because because that's what you've relegated yourself to. Lindsey Graham, though, is on the way, though. Lindsey Graham, he's going to come to the bottom of this shit. Lindsey Graham is going to call Mueller to the Senate Judiciary Committee to talk about the oranges of the Mueller investigation, the investigation into the Trump. That's what Lindsey Graham wants to get to the bottom of. We need to find out who told on the president that they was talking with Russia. Disgusting people who would sell this country out to save him. Yes, the question is always asked, what is the compromise? What is it? What is the thing they have over Donnie and Lindsey Graham and all the rest of these assholes? What is it? Is it a PP tape? Have they got photographs of you, Lindsey, in Russia? Do a little compromising situation there? Is it enough? You're too scared to confess your sins that you're willing to burn this country down? Yes. The answer to that question is yes, he is. And so is Trump. See his taxes, see his grades from high school, junior, elementary, it doesn't matter. You're not going to see shit. The Fuhrer has spoken. And Lindsey Graham is one of those ones who just snaps his heel and says, yes, the Fuhrer. That's who Lindsey Graham has turned into. That's what a lot of these Tom Tillis and a whole list of them, of which we have to kick out of the damn Senate, or we will not have a country. There will be no United States of America. There'll be the Klan and us, the refugees, chased out. Maybe put into camps or something like that. You know, like the Chinese do. Just gather up all them Democrats there and put them in a pen. I ain't going into a pen, baby. I don't care if it's from the likes of Donnie, William Barr, Pompeo, Betty DeVos, Roger Stone, Michael Flynn, Lev Parnas, Igor Fullman, Matt Gaetz, John Cornyn, or Peter Navarro, or any other Republican traitor. They're all traitors. Jeez. Anyway. Dennis, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going, John? Travis?
Going pretty good, buddy. How's it?
Still a hot one here.
It is indeed. It's burning hot again down here tonight. I swear, you could bake a potato out there. It just kills you. Get out there and mow some grass today, and whew, grass. It's one thing I ain't got no shortage of around here.
COVID cases are getting out of control here.
Yes, they are.
And all people are talking about in town are half the city split and wants to open the schools right away, and the other half is saying, "Are you fucking nuts?"
Yeah, I go with the "you're fucking nuts" crowd.
Yeah,
that's where I am.
Being a parent of school-age kids, yeah, mine aren't doing that.
Are you willing to?
I'm not going to sacrifice my kids for a fucking election.
No.
Or anyone.
Nobody. And Betsy DeVos's little dance this morning when asked directly, do you have a plan how to open the schools and what to happen if the school opens and then gets a breakout? What are you going to do? Well, you know, the guidelines, CDC. There is no leadership in any of this shit. But yeah, you're right, Dennis. And I worry.
Well, you know what she said? Only a 0.02% chance or amount of kids are going to die.
Yeah.
That's 0.02 too fucking many.
Yeah. Well, it ain't nothing unless it's your kid. Yeah, he's talking about all the other kids, not your kid. Your kid ain't got a chance of dying. It's somebody else's kid. And who gives a shit about them? That's the message they want to send. Well, we need to care about the other kid. All of us needs to care about the other kid, even if the other kid is the child of an ignorant ass. We need to care about them too. Anyway, we got a lot of caring to do. That's why we brought Velda here. Velda, you care, don't you?
I do care.
I knew you did. I know you do.
I do. I watched that bitch today.
Yeah, did you see
I watched her, and all I wanted to do was just reach through the TV screen and wring that scrawny little bitch's neck.
I swear.
The lack of love and care for children.
Is none. She's
There
Cruella
is
DeVille.
none in her. Exactly.
She'd just as soon take kids and make a coat out of them. That's who Betsy DeVos is.
That's what I was going to say, John. The words right out of my mouth.
Thank you. Well, great minds think alike, Velda. What can we say? You know, We
Oh,
all
by
see
the
it.
way, it's 107 here.
Holy shit! Yeah, yeah. If
That's
there
with
ain't
the
enough,
heat index.
yeah. If the coronavirus don't get you, the sun's just gonna bake your ass to death. But pay no attention to that global warming shit.
No,
I heard that's a myth.
no.
The scientists all agree it's all a myth. It's a hoax. So don't pay
The thing
attention
that
to it.
that stuck in my mind from her, just from that this morning, was the fact. Gal asked her point blank, in the areas where the school districts are in high virus, have high rates of infection,
Yes.
shouldn't those schools be taking and doing virtual schools?
You would think so, though.
Only for
You
two or
would
three,
think so.
only for 2 or 3 days, and then they all need to go back to
Well,
school.
you know, the kids,
Oh,
they
you
don't
fucking
get it.
bitch.
You know, it's not going to hurt the kids. The kids are fine. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of
All that to
bullshit.
the children and all of that to the children that have already died, along with a 6-week-old child that they can't get it.
Yes. That 6-week-old child's here. That's here. So every
heard
day
that the
this
other
man,
night.
this man comes out and belittles this pandemic, belittles the crisis that we're in. He is belittling your life because he doesn't care if you live or die. It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, you're nothing. But we have to prove him wrong. Anyway, let's go ahead and welcome Sparky Dunk. Hey, Spark, how you doing, bub?
Hey, John, I'm hanging in there.
Good.
I got done watching the race, so I thought I'd join you today.
Ah, good. Well, I'm glad you did,
You,
buddy.
you know it. I scream at the screen when I see Betsy DeVos.
Oh.
You know,
I don't.
she can't give an answer.
No.
I want to do the thing from that one movie. I just want the truth.
Yeah.
Hopefully she doesn't say you can't handle the
No,
truth.
she doesn't know the truth. Her thing is to rob as much money from the education department as she possibly can and shuffle it over to the private schools and the religious schools. That's her thing. She really wants to make the private schools are the way of the future. That's Betsy DeVos. Screw your kid if they live somewhere where there's not a exclusive private school going on or a religious school that you tend to agree. No, screw that. Find one. Drive 100 miles, whatever. So no, they don't give a shit about their children. It's about business.
Pisses me off. There's all these religious con artists that are getting money from the PPP program.
Oh
Oh, God.
are you shitting me? Yes. The Catholic Church got 1 billion.
Two.
Are you shitting me? You see the
1.2.
gold they're sitting in Vatican City? The treasures that religious organization sits on? Where's Joel Osteen and all them guys? Can't they pitch in a few freaking billion they got laying around? Maybe they could donate an airplane or two. You fucks.
Jimmy Baker and Jimmy Swaggart got money, according to this one website.
Yes, they did.
They come out of out of the woodwork, baby. They come out of the woodwork. I'm telling you. Hey, I had a great time on Bob's show on Friday. Had a great time on the front porch, and the after show was great, buddy.
And the back porch.
And the back porch. It was really good. Chris
Yeah,
was
I
there.
remember that.
Weren't you there?
That's
Yeah,
our
hi.
gimmick.
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
How
Chris.
are you?
I'm doing fine, buddy. And you?
I'm doing terrific. I'm hanging in there.
Well,
I think Oregon, we're spiking as well. So I'm trying to be a little bit more careful than I have been.
yes.
As far as walking around and going places.
We all have to be more careful. Not a one of us
But
could
did you know-
take a chance with this shit.
Did
But-
you know the Ayn Rand Institute also got a few $1 million from the PPP? Isn't that nice?
Ain't that some
There's-
shit?
There's got to be an investigation into that.
We said it since this COVID-19 legislation was passed, the money for the COVID-19 response. It's a way for Republicans to rob the freaking bank. And like I said before, the people that are getting it are people that have lawyers and accountants, and they're pouncing on this shit. They know the law. They know the regulations. They know where to dot the I's, cross the T's, and everything to get that money real quick, baby. And
They've got Mnuchin and Kushner on speed dial.
yes.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we have citizens that were given unemployment insurance, and now they go to I just read that they go to their bank account and it's gone. They took the funds back. They repossessed the funds out of their bank accounts. What kind of shit is that? You know, and
What?
yes. And
Doesn't sound American.
no, that's not American. They say some people were overpaid and they want the money back. Really? Hey, did you talk to American Airlines here lately, or any of them other airlines that walked out the door with billions? How about that list of people that got the $500 billion? That would be interesting
Catholic
to see.
Church.
Yeah, they're all on there. Who's not on the list? I'll tell you who's not on the list. The local businesses down the street from me down there in Corpus. There's a whole lot of them that applied. They ain't getting shit because they're not tied to the bank. Because this whole thing is a pyramid scheme. The big bank get the money, and they take a portion. They give it to the next bank, the next bank, the next. All the banks are making freaking money. By the time it gets down there to the person that owns the damn store or the business, oh, well, you know, you need to fill out Form 47B16D right here. And you didn't do that, so you ain't getting it. Anyway, let me catch up. Lived it. My buddy Lived It donated $20 through Super Chat and said, salute, Blue Dot. I saw Flynn's case dismissal has been halted, and doctors are calling bullshit on Trump's COVID lies. The eagle is still alive, my friend. Stay in the fight. You ain't wrong, my friend. We are in this fight. Thank you. I almost missed it. Thank you, Lived It. We are in this fight. And the fight's getting heavier. The fight's going to get more drastic here. And
The more Dr. Fauci goes out and speaks in public, the more pissed off Donnie gets every day.
I think today's little broadside against Fauci from the White House. And they put out a list. The White House put out a list of the things that Fauci has been wrong about. And it's all from early in the pandemic. When not a lot of information was made, I guess, Fauci put out, first no mask was required, then we had to switch to 2 masks. They call that a mistake and point to it. Oh, look at this guy don't know nothing.
They didn't want people to run on masks. They wanted the mask availability to be available for the people that needed them.
And now we're out of PPE. Now we have hospitals and stuff crying they're running out of PPE. The Health and Human Services is telling them to try to stretch the use of their mask and their gowns. That doesn't sound like we're on top of this shit. It sounds like we have a bozo in charge who has had 4 freaking 5 months, 6 months now to prepare for this shit.
We were supposed to buy time, and the president has the power to command factories to manufacture all of that stuff.
Yes, and he still doesn't do it. He's still playing around because there's deals to be made. There's money to be made in this shit. They're not worried about if the product gets to the people that need it. They're thinking the whole Trump administration, including that little scumbag Kushner, is all thinking about how much money can we make off of this deal. We can get the supplier. We know the person. We're going to put a markup on it. Whatever it takes, get the money. It's always been about the money with the Republicans.
Put it out there for auction and let the states fight over the price, right? Keep the price up.
Keep the price up. Keep the price up. It's supply and demand. That's what it is. You got a high demand. Well, you got a markup price. It's a premium product. People want to live. It's a funny thing. People want to live. They want to take a breath. Karen Van Wyk donated $2 through Super Chat and said, "Is it November yet? This nightmare needs to end." I'm right there with you, Karen. I couldn't say it better myself. I wish it would. I wish it would end tomorrow, but it's not. Tomorrow we're going to wake up and there'll be another disaster. There'll be another.
Tomorrow is always going to be weirder than today.
That's the way man works. And how much more can we take of this shit? I mean, it gets to be, like I said, I'm supposed to get drastically pissed off about the Roger Stone thing. I'm not pissed. I'm not over the Russian thing yet. The recent one.
Or
the one where they're paying to get our troops killed. That one. I'm not over that yet.
One.
Yeah.
And he's throwing all this shit out there.
And then it comes out he wanted to sell Puerto Rico.
Yes. He wanted to sell Puerto Rico. Are you shitting me?
Could we trade? Could we trade Puerto Rico for Greenland? Yeah, could we trade Puerto Rico for Greenland?
Hey,
is that what he wanted to do?
Maybe so. Maybe that was his. No, he just wanted to outright sell it. After Hurricane Maria hit, he wanted to sell it. Inquired if we could dump it somewhere. Are you shitting me? These are Americans, and he'd sell Missouri if he got a good price for it. Doesn't matter about Puerto Rico, Florida. You're on the list, baby. Russia offers enough money. Hey, let's make a deal.
What do you think this is? A game of risk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Evidently. Think about that for a minute. The President of the United States asked about the possibility that we could sell Puerto Rico.
That's unreal.
American citizens, baby.
That's what you call an impeachable offense.
I believe the name Trump is an impeachable offense.
Yeah.
Teresa Diggum just donated $2 through Super Chat and said Trump directed the CIA to share info with Kremlin. Hell, he invited him into the freaking White House, invited him into the Oval Office. Come on in, boys. Plant your bug anyway. Yeah, he's a Russian hack.
But nobody in there with him.
No, just the Russians and him. That's it. And the Russian correspondent, whatever he was. There was another Russian guy. It was Kislyak and another Russian agent and then a Russian interpreter, and that's it. Our guys weren't allowed in the room. None of our guys were allowed in the room. You keep that in mind. Maria Betancourt donated $2 through Super Chat and said, DeVos's charter schools is all about segregation. Indeed it is. It's that's why she wants to go to private school. She's not interested in a low-income neighborhood in Chicago. Shit, no, baby. She's more worried about the private schools and dumping money into them and making sure they have all the opportunity to grow and buy a fucking yacht. That's all I see in Betsy DeVos is a greedy Carilla DeVille who owns. I was corrected. I kept saying 8 yachts. She evidently owns 10 yachts.
How dare you get that number fucked up?
It's ridiculous. 10 yachts. That's just. That's gross.
It's just somebody with too much money to do anything with.
Yeah, she's got too much money, just to waste it, and it.
She needs to be drowned in her bottle of her own TLC.
She got TLC. What is it?
That's the dishwashing. That's a laundry soap.
Okay, I'll go for that. I don't care what she drowns of. Shit, I'm like Downey. Before I forget, I got mail. I got mail from Jimmy and Linda Collins in Barberton, Ohio, who sent me a beautiful card and his phone number. I called Jimmy on the phone and talked to him and Linda for a while. And, Jimmy's a little pissed off, too. Older gentleman who has seen a lot and like me, goes all the way back to pinning it right on Reagan when he came into the situation. And go figure, that's what the discussion was, how the Republican Party is all about the facade, what it appears to be, and not what it is. They're a party of illusion. They call themselves physically conservative as they rob the bank every time they're in there. They call themselves the moral majority while they do immoral things against our own citizens, much less individual people. It is. It's all about, the facade of saying we support the troops when you do everything in the freaking world to put them in harm's way. To Donnie and this administration, the military is a photo op. It's a church to hold a Bible up in front of. That's all it is to him. Renee Aries donated $2 through Super Chat and said, couldn't get much for Missouri. Well, couldn't get much from Missouri, but it's on the table, baby, if the price goes right. And Paula donated $2 to Super Chat and said, Trump wasn't elected. He was implanted. So saith Paula. I agree, baby. He was. Lord, I wish I could blame it on. Yeah, he was.
John, if you look at all the statistics during Republican administrations, the debt skyrockets, unemployment goes up.
Every time.
Yeah, crime statistics go up always.
And then
people forget. The Democrats come into office.
Well, when Democrats come into office, that's when the conversation turns. When the Republicans start demanding that this is terrible and we have to clean this up, and the Democrats are just can't do this. And then for the next 4 years, you hear, well, there's no leadership from the Democratic Party, and look at they're ruining your rights and your Second Amendment rights and your right to religion and all of that
And
bullshit.
look at her emails. Look at her emails.
Yeah, her emails. Look at that. You know, it's selling bullshit. To people who are evidently willing to gobble it up.
Yeah.
You know, the man's a liar. Everything comes out of his freaking mouth is a freaking lie.
Jim,
And at what point does the pure ignorance, the dangerous ignorance, is identified by their own party? It's just, I get.
You would think there's a limit, but I don't see it.
I don't
It's
see
a
it.
bottomless pit of
No.
endless bullshit.
Of disgrace.
To
Yes.
change the subject a little bit.
No, go ahead. What's up?
Do you know Glenn Hendrick or something like that? He's a lawyer type person. He's on YouTube, and he does did this thing the other night on Stone
Oh, Roger
and
Stone.
said that
Mhm.
he was talking that if when Biden comes in, that Biden could look at Stone and say, "Oh, whoa, let's have another look at this." He can go, and Biden can have him put right back in prison.
Well, yes, because he was he didn't get pardoned because Stone didn't want a pardon, because a pardon you have to declare yes, you're guilty of the crime, and then you can be forgiven for it. Roger Stone said, "Fuck you, I ain't gonna do that," and he really had the power over Donnie. Roger Stone could flip on Donnie just like he said. Just like Roger Stone coming out, well, I'm getting a commutation because I didn't flip. And he's
I've seen
telling you
that
right there,
interview.
yes, he's telling you right there, yeah, I got enough to burn him. I could hang the guy if I wanted to, but I didn't, so therefore I'm going to get away with everything I did. That's what we have now. This is beyond.
Manafort could too.
Yes.
Manafort's got all the goods on him too. Yeah, but he kept his mouth shut, and now he's in his mansion. He's in quarantine,
And he'll
just like
get
all
a
the rest
pardon
of us.
when Donnie leaves office. I guarantee you, he's going to get a pardon too. The only one that's not is going to be Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen's not going to get a pardon. Sorry, bub.
Truth tellers, truth tellers get purged.
Anybody that stepped up all the way to ambassadors, to lieutenant colonels, to heroes in this nation, they get shit on by this president, and the Republican Party thinks that's okay. That's what I mean. It's all a facade about we support the troops. Are you shitting me? They're letting this man let Russia pay the Taliban to kill us, and that doesn't bother them. He denigrates us in Helsinki. He denigrates us with this whole Russian investigation shit. There's 10 counts of obstruction of justice in the Mueller report. 10. And now and throw this one in with the Stone thing. Hell, you could make a whole book of it, Well, who was that who just said, the guy with Bolton, John Bolton.
Oh yeah.
That obstruction of justice is a way of life for this administration. That's the way it is in there. And,
Boy, he came a day late, dollar short, though, didn't he?
Yeah, they all
But he
did.
got paid.
Oh, yeah.
check here.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to make a little money on this book here. Getting interviewed all over the place.
By the way, Jeffrey's Miss Maxwell.
Miss Maxwell?
Her camera.
Oh, yeah.
They
Lane.
turned off her cameras to give her more privacy.
Oh,
Ready.
there you go. Don't keep no cameras on her. She needs to go to the potty and something. Turn the camera back on her, walk around the corner. She'll be hanging from the ceiling pretty soon. Philip Alvarado just donated $10 to Super Chat and said, "Viva Puerto Rico and fuck Trump." I'm right there with you, Philip. Yeah. Viva Puerto Rico. It should already been a state by now. The only reason it isn't is politics. Because Puerto Rico, just like Washington, D.C., if it became a state, would produce 2 more Democratic senators. And the Republican Party won't have any part of that shit. Yeah.
Then there's the Virgin Islands too. There's 4 of them that can become
they're
states.
Democratic
America
too.
Samoa, right?
I mean, come
Guam.
on.
Might as well bring them into the fold. They've been voting. They're citizens. Why the hell not?
Well, there's 2 goddamn Dakotas. Why do we need that?
There is a good question. A question has been posed before. You could combine the 2 states and still not have the population of any other state, I don't think, except maybe Wyoming. And yeah, they get 4 senators up there. They ought to just take that line away. But you can't talk like that because people are proud of their state, as I am of mine.
I know.
And
Then you got North and South Carolina.
yeah, North and South Carolina. Yeah, you
Got the
There you go.
you just combine them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Then the stars will. And then the stars.
I don't
will
think
stay
they
the
wanted.
same.
I don't think they want anything to do with each other nowadays. Hell no, I don't want to join forces with North Carolina. They're stupid up there. Them's Yankees. It's that kind of shit. Karen Van
They're
White.
getting bluer, aren't they?
They are indeed. Let's get to that in
As
just
in
a second.
Virginia.
Karen Van White donated $2 through Super Chat and said, "Time to storm the castle and take our country back." Amen, sister. I'm ready to storm the Bastille if anything happens in this election. Everything's in play, baby. The states, as a matter of fact, this is a good time we're going to try to get back to our 2 for blue. And the one we have picked this week, are you ready? Is Teresa Greenfield for Iowa. Iowa is in play. And that's because Joni Ernst is making an ass out of herself up there. And Teresa Greenfield all of a sudden is coming up, and she's got a damn good possibility of taking the Senate in Iowa. And so we need to support that. We got a whole list of them, but Travis, you want to?
Yeah, let's see here. So if you want to learn more about Teresa Greenfield, all you have to do is go to greenfieldforiowa.com. And we also believe in sending your thoughts and comments through mail, snail mail. So if you want to do that, you can drop her a line at P.O. Box 685, Des Moines, Iowa. Is that how you pronounce it?
Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Oh, my God.
Des
See how
Moines.
horrible? Yeah, Des Moines.
All right.
I'm tired, y'all. That's no excuse, but I'm just
Somebody get a
going to throw
ruler.
that
I'm
out.
going to have to rack his knuckles.
Yeah.
Too much gaming
Des Moines.
last night, huh?
No, are you kidding me? I haven't been able to game in a long time. I've been really busy. But Iowa 50303. You can also check her out on the Twitterverse at Greenfield, Iowa. Boy, that's a good handle. Anyway, please show your support if you can to
Greenfield,
Teresa
Iowa.
Greenfield. We need to turn that Senate blue, baby. I'm telling you.
It
It's
is.
important.
That's our chance. And
Critical.
It is. And so, we're going to concentrate right now on the states that really have a possibility. And those are Kentucky, believe it or not. Amy McGrath is gaining power there. In Colorado, John Hickenlooper is moving up the field. In Georgia, John Ossoff is going up against Dave Perdue, and he's doing pretty good. Iowa with Teresa Greenfield, that's one that nobody thought was, they haven't voted Democratic since 1932. 1932. And now it's a possibility. So kick up a couple bucks there if you can to try to help these Democrats. In Arizona, Mark Kelly is going to kick Martha McSally's ass, I think. Mark Kelly.
Looks like that one's a done deal.
Yeah, I do
like
too. Mark Kelly, he's an astronaut. He's an American hero. And he's up against a brat, in my book. In Maine, Susan Collins has got trouble with Sarah Gideon is rising to the top up there. And in North Carolina, Cal Cunningham up against Thom Tillis. And you notice Thom Tillis is in that ad that the Lincoln Project put out. He's one of those senators that even the Republicans are admitting have to be getting rid of. And of course, in South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, Jamie Harrison is coming up. So those, we have a damn good possibility of taking the Senate, but we can't let up on this shit. We have to stay active. We have to stay involved and donating $2 or whatever you can, especially if you're in a blue area and are pretty safe with your senator and everything. Then considering donating to those candidates outside your state to help turn blue, baby. And we got 2 other little things we want to show you. These are designs. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to cue it.
Okay. Rose, Travis's girlfriend, has been busy with several designs, and it has been common joke around this place that John occasionally gets distracted. So of course, the first one would be squirrel, squirrel. So there's me doing the show, and all of a sudden, who shows up? Squirrel. And,
Yep. So now we got a squirrel shirt because this was actually requested by a few people, so we hope everybody enjoys that. We also have another little goodie here. If I switch the tab over,
I like this one.
we have an updated I support the he needed slapping law.
Yeah.
If anybody knows Batman memes, they'll recognize this one. This is Dad as quote-unquote Batman slapping a certain somebody with the font underneath that says, I support the he needed slapping law.
See my cape?
Yeah, you got the
I
cape.
got my cape in there.
Got
buddy.
the slap.
Beautiful.
There you go. Slap the shit out of them.
Yep.
That's the way that goes.
These are currently online at our store. You can find our store at going to bluedotintexas.com. And for the entire week, or until next Sunday, because today's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, today's Sunday.
Right.
If you use promo code, go ahead, slap. I saw his hands open. I'm like, oh, yeah, you go for it, and I'll
Use
lean in.
promo code SLAP.
You get an extra 10% off your entire order so this is going on for the entire week. So if you're into these two designs, or if you like one of our older ones, please.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel.
Squirrel.
Get everybody's attention with that shirt, and probably piss somebody off with that one. But anyway, yeah.
Who is that masked man?
I don't know. He's wearing a mask.
Wearing a mask. You don't know.
So yeah, bluedotintexas.com. Go to our homepage. You'll see a store button up at the top. Click it. Take you straight to the store. And don't forget promo code SLAP for the entire week. And save yourself 10% on your entire order. Oh, woo.
Micah Cruz said he loves those designs.
Oh, thank you.
Can thank Travis's girlfriend, Rose. That is her artwork.
Yes.
I'm telling you, she is a very good artist.
And we have more shirts coming, but not only that, we also have something very special coming from Rose that's going to be in our next giveaway pretty soon. More on that when probably next live show we're going to do the giveaway.
Next live show we'll do a giveaway of that item.
Yep, it ain't something you can buy on our store.
Can't get this one on the store.
Special.
We're going to have to ship it right here from the house straight to you.
Yep.
Because this is the only place you can get that shit. Anyway.
Yep.
But if you can, donate 2 for Blue to Teresa Greenfield in Iowa to help us turn Iowa blue. We are getting close down here. MJ Hager here in Texas is still rising up against John Cornyn. And so we're trying here in Texas, so we all need to try across the country. Anyway, that's my spill, right, Sparky?
Yeah, I just watched a thing on Democratic Underground. The new Lincoln Project ads out.
Yeah, which
it's
one?
Called One Day. It just came out today.
Oh, is that right? One Day.
It's a good one.
Check it out, Travis. See if it's out online.
All about. It's on Democratic Underground. Find it.
Yeah. I like the last one the Lincoln Project put out with all the senators' names up there. Lindsey Graham, Thom Tillis. I mean, just raking them over the coals. These are Republicans that are they're pointing out. They've turned their back on their country. That's what they've done. And even
they had like a town hall meeting the other day. The founders of the Lincoln Project. It's on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it. It was pretty good.
Well, I think we have it, the new one, right here. I think Travis is trying to bring it up, load it up.
Yeah, you want me to play it really quick? And
yeah.
After that, when we play it, let's open up the call line or the family table.
Let's listen to this, and then we're going to bring in somebody in the family waiting room. Whatever you want to call it. We need to come up with a name for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me flip this over.
All right. This is the Lincoln Project. One day.
There was a day, earlier this year, when our nation's intelligence and public health experts pleaded with Donald Trump to take the coronavirus seriously. Did he listen? No. What did he do? He probably scrolled through his Twitter feed, or daydreamed about his next rally, or asked Lindsey Graham to play golf, or ordered fewer tests.
Slow the testing down, please.
And now, more than 130,000 Americans are dead. 3 million Americans are sick. Thousands more infected every day. Tens of millions out of work, isolated from the world. And what does Trump do? He tells us to live with it.
Boy, howdy shit. Boy, howdy shit. I'm really getting to like these people. I love the last one they had, like the senators, and that one's hitting hard too. And I'm glad to see that kind of response coming out of the Republican Party at last. 3.5 years into this shit. We have.
Hey, John, did you see the one with the whispers?
The whispers.
That was really good too.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't hear them. I seen the last.
They're
one.
whispering. They're whispering behind your back, Donnie. They're the
really?
people in your administration. Oh, it was very good. It was all in a whisper, and they're coming for you, Donnie. And it's a great one. Yeah, that came out I think a couple weeks ago. It's a really good one.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah.
The thing that I find that's absolutely hilarious.
What?
It's one of the guys that's involved in doing Lincoln Project. It's Kellyanne Conway's
I know
husband.
It. Ain't that some shit? And the daughter.
Yes, it is.
And his daughter after his ass too. I love it. And that tells you one thing. Kellyanne Con job is in it for the money. That's it. It's the same way as Kelly and McAleer up there that gets up and lies every day. Every bit of it's a fake ass piece of shit that they're doing for money, which just equates to, yes, I'm willing to sell my country out. That's what that is.
There's a lot of money in grifting, John.
Yes, there is, my friend. I guess we're in the wrong business. You know, it's it's pitiful.
Hey, John, didn't Cornhole Cornyn say that there weren't any children who died from COVID?
He did 19? Indeed. Yeah, he did.
I mean,
not
how
long ago,
insane
we
is
had a
that?
6-week-old here in my county die. A 6-week-old. You know, and we have had reports of 11-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17-year-old. Are you shitting me? What they're saying is exactly that. Don't listen to these people. Your kid is going to be fine. It's those other kids that are going to die. Don't worry about that. Fuck you. That's what I say to that shit. It's disgusting.
They got a bunch of kids in South Carolina now that are getting that new syndrome that kids get with coronavirus.
Yes, I saw that today. This is a new virus. We haven't even learned all the things it does to a body yet. Blood clots all over the freaking place, in your heart and your lungs and your legs and your arm, wherever. In the little blood vessels. Go ahead.
They're finding out now that people that have been recovered for a couple of months now are having neurological problems, short-term memory problems, breathing problems that are not going away.
It's getting bad. Phantom Kimishima, how are you, darling?
Trying to beat the heat.
Oh Lord, you too. I know, out in Odessa, baby. I know it's cooking out there.
Oh, it is.
It is indeed, baby. How's everything? How's the family? Everybody's good?
They're doing good. Dreading the heat tomorrow. It's supposed to be 111 here tomorrow.
Man, I'm telling you, it is baking in Texas. It's just hot as hell. That's what I always used to tell people. I live here because I'm trying to acclimate myself to hell because everybody keeps telling me I'm going to go there. So I figured I'd get used to it. But man, if hell's hotter than this, I got to rethink this whole strategy.
Sidewalk egg frying weather.
Yeah, no shit. It is. Well, Phantom, what is the outlook out there in your area out there in West Texas as far as the COVID?
In my area, it's not that bad, but I know there was a university that's not that far from my house where a professor had it and gave it to a few of the students, but he was asymptomatic. He didn't even know he had it.
Go
and the
figure.
student showed symptoms. So then he went and got tested, and they found out, oh, it came from him because he had gone, I guess, on vacation or whatever it was, and came back, and he caught it from wherever he went.
Boy, howdy. That's how it
That
spreads.
he feels.
What's that?
Said he probably feels really upset with himself on
Sure.
it.
How, once you find out that yes, you gave it to somebody and they're in bad shape, then yeah, you feel bad. I would. If I thought I had it and gave it to somebody else.
As
Donnie
far
did.
as I know, that professor hasn't returned back to the university yet because he's still being treated, or he, like you said, feels guilty and doesn't want to go back until his students are better.
Well, I would imagine the latter. Anybody that is in education, surely has empathy. They probably wouldn't have gone into that field if they didn't. They have a desire to make our world a better place, and that's sad. I hope he. Right now there's no set program or set plan to open schools. The plan is open the school. That's the plan. That's it. One sentence: open the school. And Betsy, the boss, this morning was just made an ass out of herself. Highlighted again somebody who is ill prepared for the job she was given. It's all about the money. We're not getting people who advocate for our citizenship, for our citizens in this country. We don't get that. We now have negotiators to move money out of the public sector into the private sector in any business, and whether it be education, healthcare, or anything else. This is a capitalistic society,
Squirrel.
baby. Yeah, squirrel. I just lost my word there. That's all.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to make it to where we can hit a button, have squirrels run across the screen.
Yeah, put the button right in front of me, so when I know it happens to me, squirrels running right across the screen. We need that. Yeah. No, we are a capitalistic system. So obviously, it's all about the money. There are screams about if Biden gets elected, if the Democrats take control, we're going to have a socialist nation. Well, shit, I hope so. Because I'm tired of it being a corporate nation. I'm tired of it being a fascist nation where just the only people that are benefiting here are corporations and rich people. We need, and besides that, you ask any one of these red hat idiot wearing, when they yell that, ask them what they mean by socialism, and they can't give you a good answer. Because all you have to do is sit there and say, well, are you talking about the police department? Are you talking about the fire department, the ambulance? What are you talking about? Schools, hospitals, Social Security? Because that's all socialism. And it's just it's a
John,
nasty word.
I hate to say it, but I think that Biden will do some improvements to Obamacare, but there's not going to be Medicare for all. Not until Biden's term is over.
Once he gets in, we don't give up.
I keep
said,
going forward.
Right. You vote in the primaries for your dreams. You vote in the primary for the person that you want to see, that holds your vision of where you want to see your country go. For me, that was Bernie Sanders. I want to see that direction. I want to see universal health care in this nation for every citizen equally. If you're rich and you got money to have a private doctor on your staff, have at it, baby. Buy yourself a hospital. I don't give a shit. But don't drain the whole system. For your greed and watch people die across this nation just so you can put a few more bucks in your bank account. That's what I'm tired of.
If the general welfare doesn't include health care, then what does it include at all?
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
That's what's to promote the general welfare. That's all of us. That is the nation. That's everybody in our country. That's what promote the general welfare means. And they pay little attention to that. But boy, howdy shit, talk about the Second Amendment. And boy, howdy, here we go. We got a conversation going on. It depends on what you're talking about. And with Republicans, it's all money, baby. It's all money. It's the Democrats that are trying to scratch out a little something for the working families in this country, some kind of social net to catch you when you fall, to provide the assistance to our citizens when they're hungry, when they don't have a home to go in. We can't turn our back on everybody and just scoff and go, oh, fuck it. Yeah, I'll pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They ain't got boots, buddy. They ain't got boots. And if they had the money to buy boots, they'd probably buy groceries. It just gets to be a pitiful display of the heartlessness of some of our fellow citizens, and a lot of those are in our lawmakers. So what do we do? Dennis, what do we do? Grab pitchforks? I got to do pitchfork, by the way. I just say throwing that in there. I just recently bought
I was just about to make a point. I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Bold prediction. Here we go. I'd give you a drum roll, but I don't have one. Go ahead.
With Trump commuting Stone's sentence, being that there is a deadline of Labor Day set by Senate Republicans for him to flip around his campaign, I think he's really considering stepping out.
Who? Trump?
Yep.
Oh, don't say that. Come on. Dennis, don't tease me. Come on. Get me
really
excited.
Honestly and truly, he wouldn't be emboldening and going against Barr and Senate Republicans by going against what even Barr, who knows how to get away with, bending and breaking the law. And he's like, no, I'm going to do this because, he has the goods on me. I have to.
Yeah.
So to make it so obvious and right there out in public with everything else that's going against him right now, I think he's considering stepping out.
Well,
I really do.
That it has been discussed in op-eds and stuff before about the possibility of that happening, because Donnie doesn't like to lose, and he is going to lose, and it looks like he's going to lose in a major landslide. Biden's 12 points ahead, double digits lead in states that Republicans felt comfortable in. Now they have to worry about, and so things are getting bad. He could pardon himself and walk out the door, and then spend the rest of his life railing against a corrupt system in a swamp in D.C. And get on a radio talk show host or some shit like that. Yeah, he could do that, and I wish he would. Bill, what do you?
I read a story today that the high society people in New York City, the ones that Jared hangs out with, will probably pressure Jared to get him to quit.
To resign. I would just.
Yeah, because then Jared could go back to high society and look what I did.
Yeah, look what I did. I saved the world by convincing my father-in-law to resign from the office of president. I don't think that'll fly too good with the American people. He's just as guilty a dog as his daddy is, his father, or his daddy. Throw his daddy in there too. Is he dead, or is he still
and alive? Grandpa?
And Grandpa. It's things in a line. Jesus, it's like that's what's wrong with not having a death tax, with an inheritance tax. When you start leaving people like Donnie, like the Kushners, like Ivanka and Don Jr., you leave them millions and billions of dollars so they could pay for their educational papers and pay to get into society and all that shit. And they think they're something. They think they're entitled when actually they're just little brat snobs who don't know a damn thing except, is my makeup pretty? Or some shit like that. Anyway.
They perpetuate the criminal enterprise.
Yes.
That's all they do.
That's what they're doing now.
So if Trump does that and he quits, okay, let's just play that game a little bit.
He does. He resigns.
That would mean that Pence would become president.
Indeed it would. Indeed it would. Pence would step into the presidency.
And Pence has been bent up, pressured to shut up. Wouldn't it be funnier than shit that he turned on all of them?
Pence?
Yeah.
Oh, it would. It would. If Donnie resigned and Pence all of a sudden, wait a minute, I'm not taking the hit for this shit. I quit too. I'm out of here. That's what they should all do.
Jesus and Mother showed me the light.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what they're saying.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
That would mean that, oh, wow, Nancy Pelosi would be president.
Yeah. Oh, now you're making me dream.
Oh.
Bill Jones, how are you doing?
The maggots go nuts. Oh, my God.
I'm doing pretty well, sir. How are you doing?
Doing fine. Everything good out there in North Carolina?
Yeah, I've been pretty busy this week on the Cunningham campaign, but we're getting it off the ground here on the coast and doing well. So I'm excited about it.
That's what I heard. That's what I read today. I was going through the whole list from Kentucky, Colorado, Georgia, Iowa, Arizona, Maine, North Carolina, and South Carolina. I didn't even throw in Texas.
Yes,
so, yeah. I mean,
yeah, good news, too. Congratulations to you Texans, by the way. This morning's latest poll out of Texas, Joe Biden up by 5 points. I love it.
5 points. How you like that shit? We're going to turn this state blue.
And he's up by 7 in Florida, and he's up by 9 in my state. So go figure.
Go figure. Riding with Joe, bub. I'm riding with Biden. And I'm proud of it.
Yeah, buddy.
I am. He is going to be the one that's going to change this nation around. I remind people that we still have an agenda to progress with. No matter who becomes president, even if it becomes Bernie or Elizabeth Warren, anybody it would have been.
I'm just excited that people are getting excited and starting to think, especially in red states. And it's catching on, guys. We can't give up now, though. Don't get overconfident.
No, don't get overconfident.
Like I told my guys yesterday, let's not get overconfident. We're hanging door knockers and we're making phone calls. We're doing lots of stuff. But I told my guys, I said, we're doing good, but we can't give up now.
No, we can't rest on our laurels and go, this is in the bag, because that's what we thought when Hillary was running. And it did not.
Quitters don't win, but winners never quit.
Winners never quit, so we can't. Yes.
That's right. We can't give up the ship now.
No.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the way the new, this is a hats off to Travis. I like the way the new queue works, in that while you're sitting in the queue, you actually get to listen to the program. Because before, when you're in there, when you got brought on the show, you were like cold turkey. You had no idea what you guys were talking about. So
that's one of the
pretty
reasons.
Cool. I enjoy that.
I appreciate it. There's a lot of things still needing to be ironed out and how we're trying to figure it all out. But I'm just glad we finally, because that's been something I've been wanting to do too, is for people who haven't been on the show can still take part and listen.
I think it's awesome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway,
Travis, I sent you a message. If you get a chance to look at it sometime, respond to me. I'd appreciate it.
I'll try my best, man. I've been under a lot lately, and like messages.
Hey,
no, I'm not saying
every one of us are so busy doing what we can, man. I certainly understand. No worries, buddy.
Yeah, I'll try to get back to you though as soon as I can.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. We have time on our side. We got 3 months to get rid of this jerk.
For sure.
And it's not going by fast enough. I swear.
Yeah, tomorrow wouldn't be fast enough, man. Good Lord.
But maybe he'll resign tomorrow. Maybe,
From your lips to God's ears.
I know it. Ohio Dad 70, my friend Joe, donated $2 to Super Chat and said, all American lives matter. Thank you, Joe. Yes, they do. And until all of us matter, none of us matter. We all have to fight for that. And so thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Michelle Graham donated $2 to Super Chat and said, cake on the voice. Ivanka made me sick. Good to go to gonna dye my hair blue. Michelle Graham's gonna dye her hair blue, I think. I'm Devios. I can't read. Can you read that?
No, I'm actually
having trouble. Kcon Devos, Ivanka, make me a sick, go to dye my hair blue. Go dye your hair blue. I've been following your post, by the way, on Facebook there, Michelle. I just let you know that. Of course, she knows that because I put a heart on her. So that's what I do.
Remember when they were making fun of us, John, for the blue wave, and they said, "Where's the blue wave?" And it's like, now it's a tsunami.
It's a freaking tsunami. Look at the horizon, baby. That's not a mountain you see. That's a wave building.
I'm not going to stop being worried until after my birthday. My birthday is November 3rd.
That's it.
Awesome.
And we're all celebrating Chris's birthday. All of us.
Yeah, bud.
Take a big, deep breath of fresh air when Biden is sworn in.
Let me see. We have another prediction coming in through the newswire right now, coming in from a reporter in the field. Jane Hansen says, I predict Melania will start divorce procedure right after January 20th. She did not want to be First Lady. The Donald did not consider her interest when he ran. Barron will be 15, getting busy with high school, and longer an age for parents to stay together for his well-being. I don't wish divorce in any way. It's a rough, but this is the worst marriage we've ever seen in the White House. Amen to our reporter in the field, Jane Hansen, who put that in the comments. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with Jane. You know, we're looking. If I was her, I'd hell yeah, I'd run for the door. I'd write a book.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Oh, man, you think Maria Trump's got shit on your ass? Just think what Melania has. You know.
Boy, I'd love to read her book.
I think I might be interested in that one. But there's no shortage of books that are going to come out on this shit. We're just now seeing the tip of the iceberg as far as people writing books. And
Mary Trump's book comes out Tuesday.
Yes. Yeah, she's still not allowed to go on the air, and she's still under a gag order, so, you know.
Yeah. That'll end once it hits the streets on Tuesday.
Who's playing with their Zippo? I know that sound.
You know, Barron's been growing up a lot.
And not be recognized? Huh? What's that?
I just said Barron's been growing up a lot the last couple of years. He had a massive growth spurt. Maybe he'll get bigger than Donnie and beat the fuck out of him.
I hope.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm hoping that kid is smart enough to see the environment around him, what chaos his father has caused, and is he the same person his father was? Or
he could stop.
He's smarter than his two half brothers.
I hope so.
Half wits, yeah.
Me too.
Yes,
he's already proven he's smarter. He's learning 3 foreign languages or something like that.
Barron?
Yeah.
Melania knows how many? 7 or 8?
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Eric can count to 10. Beat that.
Yeah.
Eric can count to 10, and Junior,
Eric has to wear.
He knows how to kill animals. What can you say?
Hello, my name is, and he has to look down at his shirt.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, that's right. That's my name. You have to hope that there's some hope for Barron. You really do.
I think he's living with his grandparents.
I don't know, is that good or bad? Yeah. In this family, you don't know. You know, he's a Nazi.
Melania's parents that came over here on the free pass.
Yeah, they got the free pass in here, you know.
Yeah.
Chain migration shit.
Chain migration.
And they are, within a month or two, within 2 months, they were citizens of the United States.
Yeah.
How does that fucking happen? When it usually takes 6 months for studying to do that shit.
I heard they got inside connections. That's what I heard.
Well, he's been missing in action around the White House. You didn't see him during the 4th of July festivities.
I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's distancing himself. What chance does the kid have?
Say he's probably living with his grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me catch up here real quick.
I'd put him if I was Melania.
I would. I'd send him back to Slovenia. Right now, they probably have a lower COVID rate than we do. Old Bat with 2 cats donated $15 to Super Chat and said, I really wanted Bernie, but with him in the Senate, he'll hold Joe's feet to the fire. Go, Joe, and fuck Trump times 2. Fuck Trump. I got them both in there, Old Bat 2 cats. Thank you, baby. And Ben Stroud donated $5 to Super Chat and said, watch him say any new books that come out are fake news. Fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck Trump. He likes doing that to me. And Blue Dot Family and the Blue Wave rules. Trump and his supporters drool. So saith Benjamin Stroud. And thank you, by the way, Ben. You donated some games on the Steam channel for the Blue Dot Family game night. We had a good time the other night. Thank you for that, too, brother. And Maria Betancourt just donated $5 through Super Chat and said, I only saw Melania happy when she was hanging around the Obamas during McCain's memorial. Yeah, I've seen her smile and she had a big smile with Trudeau up in Canada.
Yeah, I was just
I thought she was going to lean in and kiss
thought
him.
she was going in for the lip lock when she saw Trudeau. And, I see that. Velica. Hello, Velica.
Hello.
How are you doing, darling?
I'm okay.
I'm going to give them to you first. Hugs, baby.
Well, I gave it to you. No, I actually sent you first.
Ah, see how she is. She never misses. I get a lot of hugs from Bellica, and I appreciate it so much. How's everything in your neck of the woods? How's everything where you're
cooler now? It's more comfortable.
Well, you're the first one to come on here and say that. The rest of us are all burning to death, I think.
Oh, I don't know how long this respite's gonna last, but I told Kevin, I said, with this heat, I am not cooking on the stove. Forget it.
I don't blame you, baby. Yeah, Marcia said the other day, I ain't cooking nothing that involves the oven. So we're not turning that oven on for shit.
I haven't touched the oven.
No. I don't
care.
Nope.
In a while.
The other day she did turn it on. She made a Jello poke cake, which really goes over good because it's a cool cake. You make a cake and take it out, let it chill for a little while, then poke holes in it, and then make a batch of Jello, pour it over the cake, and then put it in the refrigerator and let it do its Jello thing. And then cover it with whipped cream. Yeah. And keep it in the refrigerator.
My mom wants to make a pineapple upside down cake, and I'm like,
ooh,
not with the oven. Not with the oven.
I don't know. I'd be torn there. I like pineapple upside down cake. You just have to make those choices in life, you know.
You get in the electric skillet.
Can you do that in your fire?
The last electric skillet I had, many years ago, I burned it out.
Oh no!
I burned out the plug where the thing was plugged in.
Shit! I hope it doesn't get any. My electric bill went up to, I think it's $468 this month.
Damn.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Whoa.
Holy shit!
I thought mine was bad.
Oh no, I'm still going. Okay, it isn't 600. That's the way we had one go to 600. Oh Jesus, man! I'm telling you, it's not cheap to run this out. Well, to be fair, that includes Travis's house also. He's hooked to the same meter and all that stuff. So that's 2 households that's running off that. But yeah, it's I'll trade bills, with anybody. Sight unseen. I'll trade you. But yeah.
I wish I could just
leave
the house for a little bit. Just to leave the house for a little bit and go somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I did. I went to town the other day to get my groceries in my curbside pickup thing, and then I sat in the parking lot with the windows down, burning to death for about, I don't know, it was over a half hour before I finally got my groceries and left and everything. But I'm trying desperately not to go anywhere. Yes, they are.
Wearing masks?
Finally, down here they are because they made it mandatory.
Oh, good.
Yeah, down here in Nueces County, they came out and said.
Don't you have that little cube air conditioner that runs on batteries?
If it wasn't for that, I'd die totally. Oh, it doesn't run on batteries, but I got that. It runs on. It runs on USB. Yeah, it's a little inverter.
Don't you have a USB port in your 2005?
Yeah.
Because I've got it in mine. It's that little air conditioner in your car when you go to town.
Yeah. It's not an air conditioner, but it's one of those swamp machines.
Take it with you.
Yeah, it really set it on the center console and just let it blow on me. That does work.
It's really not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. That little machine, you put water in it and it runs through this evaporator coil, like a swamp machine for anybody that knows that.
Some ice in it.
Yeah.
Some ice in it.
Cool it down. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I always think of at sexy sports fan, which was the handle on her handle on Twitter, who sent me that over a year ago. And every time I turn it on, I'm thankful for that little bugger. It lowers the temperature about 10 degrees on your arm. So, but if it's hitting anywhere on your body, it's going to cool you off a little bit. It's my head up there that's dying.
I want to say one more thing, and then I've got to run.
Okay.
Atlanta, Georgia, said the mayor there said to shut it all down. Coronavirus is just overwhelming Atlanta. And the governor come back and said, you can't do that. You cannot shut down that
Yeah,
city.
Brian Kemp. There you go. They're going to fight it.
And so.
Yes.
And in May, let's see, in May, statistics in May was 1,329,791 cases of the virus. Okay, now it's 3,169,611.
You look at the charts of any other country, and we're off the hook, baby. We're climbing out of the clouds. Today was over 60,000. Somebody could check. Travis, check the numbers for today.
I thought it was up closer to 70,000.
Closer to 70.
And one of the worst hit states with population by capita compared to other states is Arizona.
Arizona is running out of ventilators.
Arizona
Florida set a record today.
893%.
This is, I say it all the time every time I talk to somebody. This is going to get bad. It's going to get worse than that first little wave that came through here. It's going to get worse than New York, and it already has. And it continues to go. I continually say, every chance I get, the deaths here in Texas can be laid at the feet of Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott, who couldn't shut it down because Donnie wouldn't let him. And then when Donnie said open it up after we finally did, Greg Abbott was the first one to rattle out of the box. Are you shitting me? Yes, everything that is happening here in Texas can be laid at the feet of Greg Abbott, the governor of my state. And if you're in Florida, you can lay it right at the feet of Ron DeSantis, who is still trying to backpedal and sidestep every damn question about it.
John, your lieutenant governor is a lunatic.
No, Dan Patrick. He's an asshole. If the word asshole had a picture in it, it would have to be him, because he's a little prick. He came out and verbally said, "We don't need to listen to Fauci. I don't need none of his medical advice." He's the same asshole that told Texans they ought to go out and die for the economic recovery.
Sacrifice grandma for the economy.
He is a disgusting little turd who thinks of nothing but money, the same way Greg Abbott does. It's all about the money and the power, baby. That's it to them, not the citizens. Are you shitting me? They'll suck up to whoever's got the most money. So,
John, I've got to go.
All right, Velda, thank you very much.
Velda.
Thank you for coming, baby. Give our
He
best to
wants a
Wayne.
Hamburger. He wants a hamburger, and I'm going to go make it for him.
Good.
Anyways,
for you. Thank you, Velda, for being here, darling.
I love everyone in our Blue Dot family.
And we love you back.
See you all later.
All righty, Velda.
Out of here.
Love you, Velda.
Bye.
Take care, sweetie.
I swear, that's one thing about this family. It has become very cohesive. I'm so tickled to death with that. Anyway, whose dad is Homer's? Your twins have a good dad. Maria Betancourt says, Homer, you're a good dad. So that's who's in our Blue Dot family. Anyway, so what now? What do we do now as citizens of this country? What are our options?
We need to go on the offensive and strike while the anvil's hot. I think, and this is my personal opinion.
What's that, Dennis?
That McConnell knows that the days of the Republican Party, as it stands, are numbered. They're a dying breed. That's why he's pushing through all these judgeships. He knows the ship's sinking, so he wants to extend the life, or what's going to be left of it, and when they get voted out. I think we're going to see sweeping blue across the country in November, and this is just the first step for the downfall of the Republican Party, and it's already split.
Yeah, this crack that we're seeing with the Lincoln Project, with other Republican organizations coming out and starting to speak up, the crack is getting wider and deeper, and yeah, let's hope so. It has to be the downfall of the Republican Party the way it is right now for it to ever maintain any status in this country. outside of just downright deplorable people who are racist assholes. That's all I see in the Republican Party now, is racist neo-Nazis. How can you turn your back on your country in such desperate times to protect an idiot, a man that makes a fool of your party every day of the week and plays golf every other day? So, you know, it's disgusting. And we have to put an end to it. And not only do we have to put an end to it, we have to change our laws. We have to change the very fabric of our nation to make significant change, meaningful change. And so that is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of people keeping senators and congressmen on their freaking toes and demanding action on a multitude of issues.
John, the rest of the world, our allies, are watching us with
they are
scorn, pity, petrification. I mean, we are still the greatest military that civilization has ever seen.
But we're not the symbol we
and
once
we could
were.
destroy this planet, a billion times over, right? And you got this guy with the nuclear codes, and I think the rest of the world, and at least the free world, and our allies are like, they can't wait for this fucker to get the hell out too, because they're
absolutely.
Yeah, the whole world is watching.
I would say this election is ours to lose, and if we go into it thinking it's in the bag, like Clinton, we're going to get the same result.
I agree.
And the Southern Texas boy in me says, in a football analogy, we don't quit in the fourth quarter. We got to pretend like we're down by 6 with 2 minutes left.
Nope.
We got to make a statement.
You know how I've always felt, and y'all know the story of why I named Travis who he is. The Alamo in Texas history is a significant thing in my mind, in my world that lives up in my head. The sheer knowledge of knowing that you were going to face an enemy that you were going to lose and still remain to fight is a big thing in Texas. But what I always keep in my mind is the Alamo was a defeat. Texas lost at the Alamo. But that rallying cry, that defeat, turned into a state. First it's turned into a republic, then it turned into a state. But it was that echo of remember the Alamo, remember Goliad, which, if you know Texas history, is another atrocity that happened in Goliad, Texas. We take a defeat and we rise from it, and we fight harder. It is more of a rallying call than a defeat, and that's the way.
When Cruz won, that must have stung. John.
It did. When Beto O'Rourke lost to Ted Cruz, it breaks your heart. But you take that defeat and you take the anger that comes with it and the pissed offest meter of what you got when it cranks up to all full, and you use that. And that's what I did when Donnie got elected with this. It's either to let this shit boil up in my head and just talk to myself out in the shop, or turn my fucking camera on and scream. And
is there any greater lick spittle sycophant than Ted Cruz?
No, not in Texas. He's a
when you look that up in Webster's Dictionary,
anytime I think of Ted Cruz, I think of his all bravado against Trump, and then as soon as Trump won, Ted Cruz got on his knees and stuck his tongue up Trump's ass. Trump insulted his wife, his family, and everything. And Ted Cruz rolled over like the fake ass he is, the fake Texan, the fake Christian, the fake country boy, all that shit that Ted Cruz tries to sell the good Republican boys. Ted ain't that. He's Harvard guy, buddy. He'd buy your sell your stupid ass. Yes, he is. He has nothing to do with this state. He's just he's a carpetbagger.
Interloper,
and cornholes the same way.
Yeah.
Just willing to sell this state out for this asshole. I say again, the deaths in this state could be laid at the feet of the Republicans in this state, including my governor, including my 2 senators. They didn't do anything to convince Greg Abbott that there was a problem here, that we had to take care of our citizens. No, they were right on the same trolley car with Trump. Open it up, let's go. It's nothing, it's a hoax, all everything else that Donnie says. And that story, I can't remember the guy's name, up in San Antonio, that is. I read about his story, and the guy died. But before he died, he told the world I was stupid. Because this guy got COVID-19 in San Antonio by going to a COVID-19 party. Remember that? It's all a hoax. Let's go to the party. Yeah. Well, this guy goes to the COVID-19 party where somebody has it. Yeah. He thought it was a hoax. That's what he said. I thought it was a hoax. He's dead.
On his deathbed, he said that to the nurse, and then the doctor posted it.
That word came out of his president's mouth. That our president, the man that sits in our house, convinced this man in San Antonio it's a hoax. Don't worry about it. And he's dead. And I'm sure his family is grieving his death. And his family hurts. His community hurts because he's gone. Because the man in our house made a mockery of a pandemic. So, yeah. We got work to do, baby. We got work to do to get his ass out. Anyway, I see the names going by. I guess that means something. Does that mean something?
It means that we got to say so long for now.
Oh, okay. Well, we can't say goodbye until Ben Stroud just donated $5 through Super Chat and said Blue Wave is going to make that Super Bowl 54 Kansas City Chiefs fourth quarter comeback on November 3rd on election night. Fuck Trump. No little football there, do you, Ben? Kansas City Chiefs fan? I'm just guessing. I have a Kansas City Chiefs shirt. So, and Renee Aries donated $2 through Super Chat and said economic revolution is inevitable eventually, or we storm the Bastille. You cannot sit up there and have the wealthy and the elegant just look down at you and say eat cake and expect them to take it forever. That is what I hope does not happen in this country. I hope it never comes to the point that we have to storm the Bastille. We should be better than that. I hate to see my country being put to that kind of a test. As Abraham Lincoln said, testing whether this nation or any other nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. Can we? Because it's up to us. It's up to us to whether this society, this democracy lives or it dies behind closed doors while people like Trump.
I would say, John, it's globally.
It is.
I mean, Poland, do we know what's happened in Poland yet? They're still counting those votes?
Oh, in the Polish election?
Yeah.
One of them, Dodo, I think, declared victory. I don't know. No, they were still counting the votes the last time I saw that story about the Polish election. So, but I also saw that I think one of them's name is Dodo, D-O-D-O or something like that.
Duda, but
Duda.
he is a dodo.
Yeah, he's a dodo. It was declaring victory, although the counting is not done. I assume that he would be on the Republican equivalent of whatever the hell we got in this country.
He's majorly against LGBTQ rights.
Oh, well then fuck
Big
him.
time.
Fuck him. The world doesn't need that. We don't need people like that. Don't give me on my soapbox all of a sudden here at the end of the show, but that's what I always say. There are no asterisks in this family. There's no asterisks in our nation. When all of us are created equal, there is no asterisk on the Constitution. And as a matter of fact, there's no freaking asterisk in your Bible either. God didn't say anything about gay people, didn't say anything about that. There is no rationalization for anybody in our country to proclaim that this person or that person, because of either their sexual desires, their religion, their color, or any other freaking reason, should have any other rights, any less rights than the rest of us have, than everybody in this country has. I don't give a shit about your religion. If don't use your religion to get out of your obligations as an employer. Don't play that game. You're trying to force everybody in your freaking company to live by your religious standards. Your religious standards are just that, yours. They're not the nation's. You can't impose your religious views on somebody else. You can't impose your homophobia on somebody else. If you're a homophobic, it just means you're an asshole. Because their lifestyle has nothing to do with you. Nothing.
Amen.
So I get so tired of this bullshit from these Republicans and these pro-lifers. They're not pro-life. They're pro-birth. After you're born, you could die of COVID. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
Get your bootstraps.
It's a facade.
Like you talked about earlier. Yeah.
You cannot live a life of facade. Our country cannot have a facade and look great, a shiny city on the hill, and then knock down the facade and find out it's a dump. We've got to be that shining city. I don't care if Reagan's the one that said it. It's a good metaphor. We should be that. We should be that country that everybody looks to instead of what we have
Reagan,
now.
But that was a hell of a speech, I gotta say.
Thank you. Don't get me on a soapbox. I missed I didn't do good on my Friday rant. I really didn't. I was ill prepared, and at times, like I said Friday, you get to the point that the outrage is so daily that when you see another outrageous, when you see Roger Stone getting commuted, it's hard to dig that outrage out because what the fuck? It's just another day. It's just another disgraceful, corrupted shitstorm. And every day,
I think I turned my outrage into resolve. I am resolved for this fucker to lose.
You have to be.
By any means necessary. It doesn't matter how.
Hey, may his days be numbered. That's all I can say. That's what they said about Obama.
Amen.
It may his days be numbered. Lived It donated $5 to Super Chat and said, slightly in shape, but definitely in heart. A lot of similarity between Texas and New York. We don't quit. Hashtag make a statement. 11/20/20. So say it, lived it. That's it, baby. There ain't no difference between here and in New York. There's no difference between West Virginia and California, between Oregon and Florida. There's no difference there. The difference is what we make it. If we declare them to be Texas a red state full of rednecks with guns, in California all they got out there is fruits, nuts, and flakes. Are you shitting me? No, those are my fellow Americans out there. And I have to care about them because I want them to care about me. When my life is on the line, when my state is on the line, I want our nation to come together to help. I don't want determinations made whether or not you're a red state or a blue state, whether you're Republican or you're a Democrat. We can't live like that in America. It's not what America should be anyway.
Yeah, so when Houston gets flooded, we all come together as Americans and pitch in and federal assistance and what have you. Puerto Rico gets flooded with a hurricane and we throw paper towels in their face.
That's this administration. Hell, he'd sell them. Isn't that nice to find out that the president of this country is willing to sell Americans? Because that's what it is. Puerto Rico are Americans. Yeah. The only thing they don't have a right to do is have senators in their vote, and they can't vote for president. All our laws, they all apply there. You don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico. It's part of the United States. Get your ass on the airplane.
Right? Yeah. They pay taxes.
They pay taxes, baby.
Yeah.
We got to fix this shit, so let's do that. That's what this show is about. That's what Bob Kincaid's show is about. Tim Cormall's show is about. Randy Kervin, Velda Stein, all of them. John Herron that used their voice to try to say this cannot stand. So we have to fight for this country. We have to fight for your state. You have to fight for your city. From every election down, from the president down to freaking dog catcher. It matters in your life. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind with every election that comes up because, yes, it is that important. It matters who your dog catcher is. I don't want a dog catcher that's going to go kick the dog in the head. That's not the guy I want in that job. So we have to reevaluate every position from dog catcher to policeman to president. And we need to fix it
Klansman,
all.
dog catcher, I don't want one of those in my town.
No. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. Everybody that joined the show. Velda, we're sorry you had to leave. We thank you for coming in and visiting and being one of our moderators. Anyway, Bill Jones, buddy, your voice always appreciated here.
No worries. I just want to remind everybody to keep doing what you're doing, whether you're on the air, whether you're on YouTube or like me and you write articles and you speak publicly. Whatever you do, keep doing it. Wear a T-shirt, put a bumper sticker on your car, make your voice heard, folks. It counts.
It counts. It lets people know around you. Oh well, look at her. That guy's a Democrat.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Maybe I'm tired of being the idiot in the group. Maybe I'm tired of having a representative that
hey, it catches on. I can't tell you how many times I've had comments on my bumper stickers, on my T-shirts, on my hats, on my buttons. It works, folks.
Well, I'm telling you, Cal Cunningham out there. We got to get rid of Thom Tillis out there in North Carolina. So
we're doing it. I promise you, we're doing it, buddy.
Outstanding, Bill. Well,
keep up the good work in Texas. I love the fact that you guys got Biden up by 5. Man, that's awesome.
We're working on it, baby. It's getting to be a pretty easy job down here because even Texas Republicans are getting embarrassed by this shit. Anyway, Chris, thank you.
Landslide, baby.
Thanks,
baby.
John.
Chris, thank you.
Thanks a lot, John. Thanks, everybody.
Enjoy you being here. And
Blue Dot.
yeah, I enjoyed you on the front porch the other night too, but.
Yeah, absolutely. And the back porch.
And the back porch. And the back porch, indeed. Thank you for being here, Chris. And Dennis Valadez up in San Antonio. What can I say, baby? Thank you for being here. Thank you for your voice. And thanks for taking care of San Antonio.
Oh, before I forget.
Yeah.
Real quick. I saw a post on JBS family group today. One of the family, Randy Stone Rock, lost his brother.
To COVID?
So he said
it
didn't say COVID, just said his brother passed away, so he's going to be away for a while.
Well, we're sorry to hear that. Yes, it's not the first time that's touched this Blue Dot family. We have lost family members before. Some of them are personal and hard to get through. Anyway, Dennis, thanks for letting us know that, buddy. Anyway, tell the family we said hello, and y'all take care. I guess y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all going to hang tough for...
Yeah, we decided. Yeah, we canceled our plans.
There you go. Pitch a tent in the living room, buddy. Throw some sand on the floor. Kick a beach ball around. Stuff like that. Anyway, Dennis, thank you for being here and take care of the family, bud. We love you.
Yeah, much love, Dennis.
Thank y'all.
Good guy. Man.
And Phantom.
Hey, John.
How you doing, darling? We're glad you're here. I hope they turn the heat down on you out there. I hope you don't bake badly.
I'm staying out of the heat. I'm staying indoors and even have some of my cats and stray cats from outside that came in. It was so hot.
Yep. Mine are all out there on the porch, hanging around, waiting to come out with us food. Yeah. There wasn't a speck left on the porch this morning. Coons got it all. Raccoons came and cleaned everything, every little speck out this morning. It was nice and neat. So take care of them babies.
Oh, I will be. And don't worry about, we may have lost to Ted Cruz, but we're not going to lose to John Cornyn.
Nope.
I don't think he's got a chance.
MJ Hager's coming up quick, baby. She is. She's a powerhouse, a veteran. Another female veteran. I love that shit. Anyway, we're glad to have her here. Sparky Dunk, my man. Thank you for being here, my friend. Again,
John, I just saw a funny meme on Facebook. I have to tell you this before I leave.
Tell us.
Spotted in London, UK, a sandwich board sign out in front of a restaurant or somewhere. It says, "All Americans must be accompanied by an adult."
Ain't it sad? Ain't it? All Americans must be accompanied by an adult. Ain't that sad, the reputation we're getting? We got to fix that shit. Sparky, thank you so much for being here. And again, I enjoyed Bob Kincaid's show on Friday and the front porch and the back porch. Enjoyed it.
Welcome to drop by again next Friday.
And everyone here is too.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, everybody in this show, if you haven't heard of Bob Kincaid and the Horn family, well, you ought to, as a matter of fact, Sparky, tell them where they could find him.
It's at headon.live.
Headon.live. You can look up.
Very easy to remember.
Yeah, headon.live.
Headon Radio.
Yeah, and
good outfit.
Yeah, he's on 5 days a week, isn't he?
Yep.
5 days a week. There's a live show.
5 to 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, he has a regular old show. I'm just struggling down here, baby. Bob's got it going on, but we really do enjoy the opportunity to come
You
by
got
there
it
and
going
visit.
on too, Bob.
We're trying, buddy.
John.
We're trying. We're an up-and-coming family, but we are rapidly growing, my friend. We are rapidly growing. And Velica, baby. Our own sweet Velica, baby. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming by to visit.
Thank you for having me here.
Good. I'm glad you're here, baby. I love your hugs. I can't say that enough. Velica gives me a hug every night and reminds me that it's time for me to go after I stay too long in the blue room. Conversation gets flowing in there, and it gets carried away with the time. If you have not been on Discord, if you have not had an opportunity to come by and join the family, you can find a link to it on bluedotintexas.com. You can check out our new T-shirts that Rose has made. I got to get me one of them. He needed slapping laws. I like that one. And squirrel. So go by there and check that out.
Don't forget the 10% coupon. Just put in SLAP at checkout.
SLAP
there you
go. Checkout. And get a 10% off discount and all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much for being here, this YouTube family, our Facebook family, our Periscope family, for being here and participating in this. I love to see the conversation because it's constantly going on in this chat over there, and they're talking to each other, and I just love that stuff. Old Bat with Two Cats, Miss Nomad, Judy, thank you so much for being here. Charles Stokel, thank you. Maria Betancourt, Rick Drorsky, all of you for being here and being a member of this family. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Night.
There you
Good night. Take care, Blue Dots.
All right.
Night, everybody.
Good night, Blue Dot family, and we will see you again on Tuesday. And by then we should have the drawing. Check the website out to sign up for it for the mystery gift that's going to be given away on Tuesday, and all that kind of stuff. We love you and thank you for being here, and we'll see you then. Tomorrow's a new day, a new week. I'm sure shit will hit the fan, and so I'll be live at about 4:30 CST tomorrow, and give it a go. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself, and we'll see you then. Bye.